Let's get ready to rumble. Welcome back, ladies and gents. Welcome back to the Sam Redgate-Large channel. It's another day. It's another dawn. And what have we got tonight? We've got Manchester City. We've got Leeds United. Leeds, who we paid close attention to at the weekend, are back in action today, hoping for a better, more positive result against the former champions, the reigning champions. And of course, we also have Manchester City, who... they really need no introduction nowadays. Maybe they need a slight introduction in the Champions League, but maybe that's all we can say, to be honest with you. Maybe that is all we can say. So we are going to have a run through the teams. Let us know if you are in the chat. If you've got a score prediction, let me know what that score prediction is. And then we will jump into the game. Oliver's repping his Conor Gallagher picture again tonight. He's changed his picture, but he says, good evening. And you've just reminded me, what news coming out of Arsenal? What news coming out of Arsenal today? That, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has been stripped of his captaincy. Big statement by Mikel Arteta. We'll have to wait and see and find out more about why he's had his captaincy stripped. But, that's for tomorrow night. We'll get into that tomorrow night a little bit more. We're just, the BT Sport, just highlighting Rafinha, and we'll get on to him in a little bit as well, and even into Max as well. So, as you can see, we have the other games on that are on tonight, and we also have the other fixtures. We've got all of the stuff you can need on your screen for you right now. So just a quick update, if anyone lives under a rock or maybe isn't as familiar with the Premier League as myself, Manchester United and Brentford has been postponed due to a COVID outbreak in the Manchester United, I believe in the training ground, actually. And this follows a week of where it's been the highest recorded number of COVID cases in the Premier League since the Project Restart happened. So not good signs, not very good signs at all. And of course, Boris is encouraging people to get their boosters, and he's encouraging professional footballers and players and the backroom staff to get theirs to keep everyone safe. But that is a game that has been postponed. That's unfortunate, actually, because that looked like a really, really good game between Man United and Brentford. I was quite looking forward to watching that one myself. However, we'll get that in a few weeks. We'll get that back in a few weeks. I'm sure once the mayhem of Christmas is finished, we will get the Brentford and Manchester United game back. But that's enough talk about the red side of Manchester for one evening. Let's talk about the blue side, and let's talk about the team that they have gone with for today. Of course, the home side, and probably, almost definitely, you'd give them the favourites as well. So, we'll start off with, we've got a few comments coming in, so let's have a look. Max, you need to message me about Discord. You need to message me on TikTok so that I can I can remember to do that. He's almost at 500. I am very close. So if anyone hasn't already, be sure to drop a like and be sure to subscribe as well. Can we get 15 likes on this stream? That would be absolutely fantastic. So let's have a look at this Manchester City side. And at first looks, even just like looking there, of course, they don't have their recognised number 9 in the team, but also it seems like they don't have a fullback playing. Obviously, Zinchenko now is more of a traditional fullback, but even still, I still see him more as a midfielder with the ability that he does have on the ball. However, it looks like it's going to start with a 3 at the back. I don't know who's going to go in at wing back, though. But what we can say for certain is Ederson is starting in goal. Stones, Diaz and Laporte, Diaz again captaining the side for tonight, are the 3 at the back. And from the graphic I saw, the way it looked was De Bruyne on the right, Silva and Rodri in the middle, and Zinchenko off the left. I think we can rule out Zinchenko being anywhere else other than left wing back. But it's whether is Bernardo Silva played through the centre? Is De Bruyne played through the centre? I don't know. This is going to be very much an experiment for Pep, who's done Pep roulette. I'm sure a lot of FPL users will know what I mean when it comes to Pep roulette. You never know who to play from a Pep Guardiola side, and that is part of the problem when it comes to fantasy football. However, we do have a front 3 which looks like Mahrez, Foden and Grealish. So again, that could really change. That could change. Who knows? Silva might go up there. Grealish might drop into the centre of midfield. I'm sure he's more than capable of doing that. So it's going to be a weird one to see. I'm looking forward to seeing how this City side lines up, because we know Pep is a man of many talents and he likes to tinker with his team and he likes to change it. And I've just seen Max put, I have Cancelo. He did pick up a second yellow card. Hang on, let me get that off my screen. There we are. He did pick up a fifth yellow card, which did get him suspended in the last game. And so that is why Cancelo isn't playing for this evening. I don't know about Kyle Walker, though. I don't know. I only know Cancelo because he was in my fantasy team as well. So a little bit gutted on that one, having to play Manquillo. Not what you want. Not what you want. Anyway, let's move on. And we'll talk about Leeds United, because Leeds were desperately unlucky. I had a few Leeds fans in the other day, and they were desperately unlucky against Chelsea. We discussed in depth, didn't we? Was that final foul on Rudiger, was that a penalty? And the only thing I can say is, don't make the tackle. Don't give the referee a question there. Leeds United, that day, they were the catalyst for their own downfall. They really were. They really shot themselves in the foot. They kept making mistakes, big mistakes. And in this league, you cannot make those mistakes. So hopefully, from a Leeds United perspective for this evening, and of course, I will be back in Leeds tonight. How times change, eh? How times change. I will be back in Leeds for tonight. And hopefully in that perspective, that they can, build on the positives they took from Chelsea. They scored twice against Chelsea. They did cause a lot of problems, but also iron out some of those negatives, which were the penalties that were given away. Speaking of positives, we will start off with the team for today. And they've got Meslier in goal, and a really, I think a player who had a good performance at the weekend was Shackleton. I think he kept Marcus Alonso very, very quiet for long periods of time, which is absolutely awesome for his perspective, and shows off what a player he can potentially be moving down the line. Anyway, we'll move on to the two centre halves. We have Luke Ayling, who again is starting at centre half rather than right back due to I'm assuming, a little bit of an injury crisis at Leeds United. Still no Bamford as well. And Llorente and Firpo are the other members of the defence for this evening. And then it looks like pretty much the same attacking outlet as well. The whole team, I don't think they've actually had a single change, but the graphic I saw made it look like it was a 4-2-3-1 rather than a 4-1-4-1 like it was at the weekend. Intrigued to see how that'll play out. I think it will be more of a 4-1-4-1, but it depends if they want that defensive solidity against Manchester City. Using a double pivot will definitely offer them something a bit more. Unfortunately, they don't have Calvin Phillips in there, who's fantastic in a double or a single pivot. So that's obviously something they have to bear in mind at the moment, but you never know. Get your score predictions in, guys. And so, just a recap, if anyone can't read, it is Dallas and Forshaw who look like the two were starting in holding midfield. Again, like I say, I think it will just be Forshaw, and then Dallas will go into centre mid alongside Roberts or Harrison or whoever's going to play in that attacking midfield role. And then the three in attacking midfield or wingers in a cam is Rafinha, Roberts and Harrison, and then Dan James up front by himself yet again. Of course, Patrick Bamford still yet to be seen in a Leeds United shirt for a little while. So it's different Leeds United setup. Different, that is all I can say. Right, let's have a look. By different there, I didn't mean as in from the week, but because of injuries, made no sense. It made sense in my head. Oliver's got Bernardo Silva, so he's absolutely enjoying himself. No surprises there, Oliver. And Josh, enjoyed doing your video. Active Aaron says, evening. I need Man City to win to keep Leeds in touching distance. Yes, see, that's why we're at different stages, aren't we? I need Leeds to win to keep, well, a Leeds win tonight would be phenomenal. would be phenomenal for Chelsea, and of course, indirectly it'd be phenomenal for Liverpool as well. The other day, Sam spoke behind you. I did no such thing. Fraser. I did no such thing. Any attentions? I did no such thing, Aaron. Don't let him ever tell you that. He's lying to you. He's lying. And Aaron has gone with 4-1 City. Oh, Aaron doesn't fancy Leeds United defensive chances for this evening. And we will be underway shortly. How long have we got until kickoff? We've got about 5 minutes away. Leeds win and Sam buys a Leeds mug. Why do you try and make me buy something every week? I'm not going to do it. I'm not wasting my money on something I'm not going to use. I have mugs anyway and I don't use them. I have a Chelsea mug and I don't use them because I don't drink tea or coffee or anything like that. Anyway, we've got a few minutes until the football kicks off, and I guess I've really touched on all the key points at the moment. I'm sure there'll be plenty to talk about in this game. Hopefully a better game than, who did we watch last? Burnley and West Ham. Oh my God. Thank you to everyone who put up with that game. But that was a boring game, wasn't it? Boring game. Surely you drink hot chocolate. I mean, I do, but I wouldn't actively go out of my way to be like, yeah, let's have a hot chocolate. If someone goes, oh, do you want a hot chocolate? I'd be like, yeah, go on then. But I won't actively go out of my way. What's wrong with tea or coffee? I don't really like coffee, and to be honest with you, nothing really appeals to me about tea. And I'm as energetic as it is. I don't need the extra caffeine on top of that. I don't want to experience myself with a caffeine rush as well. Right, anyway, and Josh saying that I'm a muck. Thank you, Josh. Thank you. Always full of comments, as always. Yusuf's just put, I will still offer you a coffee every day. Yusuf, I feel like you just heard coffee and you just all of a sudden appeared in the chat. That is your thing now. That is your thing. Burnley are really good defensively, but ought for nothing going forward. Yeah, they were fantastic at defending against West Ham United, but my God, West Ham, they looked awful. They did look awful, didn't they? If anyone saw that, it was absolutely pants from West Ham United. Wasn't the best at all. Not a fantastic run out for them, and I think they'll be disappointed that they didn't make the most of a game against a team like Burnley. I think they'll be disappointed because that was a big opportunity there to keep themselves just at arm's reach from the top three. And they are, obviously they're still in fourth, but they've just hindered themselves just slightly. And at the end of the season, that'll be a result, I think, that will decide who finishes in that fourth, maybe even fifth spot between Manchester United, Arsenal, potentially Spurs, depending on how their run of form comes in, and of course West Ham United, and then maybe Leicester as well, because how good were Leicester at the weekend as well? They absolutely looked fantastic. So did James Maddison. James Maddison looked fantastic. I know not to talk about James Maddison too much because Aaron is still fuming about a potential dive there. I've not actually seen it myself, so I cannot comment. But Leicester did look good, even after that. But let's have a look at this team lineup as BT Sport put it on the screen. Let's see what they've gone with, and let's see if they've gone with a 3-4-3 or if it's a weird, like, narrow formation. We'll have to wait and see. I really don't know. Yes, I am going to ignore point 3. Well, I've lost my protein shake. Oh, no, never mind. Found it. I'm so stupid. Let's have a look. Come on, show us the formations. I better not have missed them. Right, here we are. It looks, well, the way that BT Sport have set it up is it's a 4 at the back, with Stones, Diaz, Laporte and Zinchenko, with Stones playing at right back, which I guess does make sense because I do believe Diaz and Laporte are both left-footed. And then Leeds apparently have got Dallas at right back and Shackleton in centre mid and Harrison in centre mid with Tyler Roberts as a false 9. So I have no clue what's going to happen in this game. Even the Leeds team, which I thought was going to be absolutely nailed on, yes, I know the exact formation that was going to be played. They've changed it. We will be underway in a second. I've just reminded myself I need my stream timer up as well. Yeah, the pass for the second goal was phenomenal. I've seen glimpses, but that was a very, very good ball. A very, very good ball. I mean, James Maddison, he can be a player, can't he? He can be a player, and he's always been in that conversation, hasn't he, around Mount, Foden, Grealish. Maybe Grealish and Mount are starting to, well, all three of them are starting to pull away from him a little bit, but that performance at the weekend definitely just reminded people that actually he is still in the conversation. He is still a very, very good player. And Tyler Roberts gets us underway. Leeds United are in their darker blue kit, Manchester City in their home sky blue kit. A little bit weird, actually, that Leeds United have changed from a white kit to a darker blue kit. You'd almost think that the white kit wouldn't be too much of a problem, considering they're just now wearing two different shades of blue. But I don't make the rules. Anyway, let's have a look. Guys, if you haven't already, like I said, get your score predictions in the chat. What are we saying? And afternoon to Geordie Spence as well. How are we doing, Jordan? Hopefully you're not as drunk as a skunk as you were the last time I saw you. And Shah really enjoyed the photo as well when I actually sent it to his correct Instagram account. And Wilco saying he will take a 1-1 and he's off to do his video now. Laporte drives out from defence. Leeds need a good start here. That was one of the criticisms of Leeds. They were a little bit sort of slow in that first 8-10 minutes against Chelsea, but they did grow into it. So swings and roundabouts, isn't it, really? Let's see how this team sets up. That's a lovely ball from Mahrez to find De Bruyne. De Bruyne's touch wasn't great, but Mahrez has won it back. It's somehow managed to find its way to Foden on the edge of the box and cleared away by Manchester by Leeds United. What photo? What do you mean, what photo? How do you not remember what photo? I'm going to have to send you it now. I'm going to have to send you it, aren't I? Where are you, Geordie Spence? You literally posed for a photo, Jordan. I don't know how you don't remember this. I don't know how you don't remember this. I've sent you it on Snapchat, Jordan, by the way. Jack Grealish with an early effort there on goal. Meslier more than equal to it. A couple of step overs by Grealish and then just looked to hit one down into that bottom right corner, but Meslier more than able to. Aaron says, who is the bigger club, Manchester United or Liverpool? And I know what Aaron did. He did it on his TikTok. He baited out quite a few fans. And my discussion around who is a bigger club is I don't believe in the phrase bigger club, which is my problem with that whole discussion. What makes a big club? Like, is it historic? Is it fan base? Oh, here goes Rafinha here. Rafinha trying to dance his way through, but good defending there by Laporte. Yeah, what actually defines a big club? That is my problem, because historically, of course, we look at Liverpool in terms of European titles. That would make them a bigger club. You look at in terms of Premier League titles, that would make them Manchester United a bigger club. But in terms of titles prior to the Premier League, it would make Liverpool the bigger club. In terms of fan base, they're pretty much equal, even though you'd argue that Liverpool fans are maybe a little bit more annoying because every year it's their year, and that got really repetitive really quickly. However, I completely disagree with the whole idea of a big club. I don't really understand it. If someone says, are Chelsea a big club? I'd say they're a well-known club. But what do you mean by a big club? In terms of capacity stadium, yes, they're a big club. Yes, so are Manchester United and so are Liverpool. And on that logic, Man United are the bigger club. So I hate that. I hate that logic in its entirety. Lovely ball there by De Bruyne trying to find Jack Grealish. Yeah, that is my opinion, Aaron. I just dislike that phrase, so I just stay well away from it. But I know a lot of Liverpool fans and Man United fans and people like that, Tottenham fans and Arsenal fans. They argue and they'll argue tooth and nail about it, but I'm not one of those people. I just think, do it on who's in the best form. Do it a little bit on historic, do it on a bit of everything. Don't just single it out as who is bigger down to one term, because otherwise you're never going to have a winner. You're never going to have a winner. And isn't that what we play football for, a winner? I think the most historic club may describe it better. Yeah, but then does that mean they are a bigger club now? No, not necessarily. You can have big clubs who are in lower divisions, but that doesn't mean that they're big clubs. Leeds United there from a quick throw in, tried to a quick free kick there. Sorry, tried to catch Edison off guard. Yeah, that's my problem with it, because you can have teams that are historically big clubs and historically well known, but that doesn't mean they're a big club now. That's the problem with that definition. Anyway, back to Manchester City and Leeds United. City dictating the play in the first 5 minutes or so of this game, and Jack Grealish just caught out a little bit there by Rafinha, who went to jump up for a header and then stopped, and Jack Grealish switched off thinking he was going to win the header, and it was actually good defensive play there from Rafinha, to be fair to him. What do we all make to Jack Grealish in a Manchester City shirt? What have we made to his start to life as a £100 million player? What do we all think? Get in the chat. Let me know what you think to Jack Grealish. Tyler Roberts here, trying to find the feet of Rafinha. Rafinha tries to flick it. I think that front 3/4 of Leeds is going to be kind of like Chelsea in the sense that it's going to be dynamic. It's going to, Meslier there, don't give me a heart attack. Foden putting on a load of pressure on him there, and he was calm as you like, but that's given away there by Ayling. And here's De Bruyne. De Bruyne over to Bernardo. This is going to be one. Oh, he's missed it. That was the man you wanted that to fall to. I think let's credit Meslier for getting across the box. It was Llorente who gave the ball away, actually, not Ayling. Just gave it straight away to Rodri, who found Foden. Foden found De Bruyne. De Bruyne in acres, rolls it across, sweaty goal. And I don't know what Bernardo Silva's done here. He's just hit it with like the heel of his foot. And he's put it wide. And Leeds United, this is what I spoke about earlier, need to cut out silly mistakes. They've got away with one there. But they can't keep doing that, because especially with the form that Bernardo's in, he's not going to miss all of them. Let's have a look. Max is back as well. I think Grealish could hit form in February, March time. He seems to do that, actually, doesn't he? If I so remember, last season he got injured a little bit and then came back in fantastic form. Rodri manages to smother his way through, and it's fallen to Foden on the edge of the... Oh, my gosh. Stuart Dallas on the line to clear it, and Phil Foden's managed to put it in the back of the net. I'm going to have to watch this again, because there was so much going on in that goal. It is Manchester City 1. And I don't think that is ever going to be ruled out for any particular reason. But poor defending from Leeds United in the build-up to that. Let's watch this again. Laporte plays it into Foden. Foden drops his shoulder. Llorente's come miles out there. Rodri kind of flukes it. And then, it bounces back to Foden. And as it bounces back to Foden, Foden hits it on the volley. And then Dallas, he's not going to want to see that one again, Stuart Dallas. He is not going to want to see that one again. He really isn't. He's completely missed the ball, Stuart Dallas. Completely missed the ball, and it goes into the back of the net. He was the last line of defence. He'd done really well to see that was going to happen and get into that position, but he's just taken his eye off the ball, and it's a swing and a miss. And Man City found themselves 1-0 up, and that's what I spoke about with Leeds. They need to iron out these mistakes, because there was multiple mistakes in the build-up to that. That's a good ball in, though, by Harrison, looking for Rafinha. Doesn't quite fall to him, though. Might fall to Luke Ayling. I'm really confused as to where everyone is playing in this Leeds United team. They seem to have a fluent movement of 11 players who just pop up in random positions at this current moment in time. It's really, really strange, because Stuart Dallas there was in the right-back spot, but on here he was just in the centre-mid spot. So I have literally no clue what is going on. That was an awful, awful goal to concede, though, by Leeds United, and they'll be fuming with themselves, and rightly so, rightly so. But like I say, this is what I mean about Manchester City and not giving them an opportunity, because that's all Leeds United have done. They've given them an opportunity. There was multiple mistakes. There was a mistake to let Foden pick up the ball in that area without, too much of a pressure. Then no one put pressure on Rodri, thinking, it's only Rodri. He manages to bundle his way through, and what can he do at the end of the day? What can the keeper do after he's made a save to stop Rodri go through? Foden's just clipped it over him, and Stuart Dallas, just when his keeper needed him, has fluffed his lines. Absolutely fluffed his lines. I could tell my teacher Grealish is a flop. I'm sure he wouldn't appreciate that. Yeah, that is pretty much Bielsa's ethos at the moment. I'm trying to work it out, because there Dallas was just at centre half and Luke Ayling was at right mid, and they seem to just be moving around. But then when the person who was pressuring Foden in the middle of the half for that goal was Llorente, and I don't know why. I really don't know why Llorente was even there. It's really, really strange how Leeds United have set up so far. And just looking at it now, Forshaw has gone into centre half, and Dallas has moved on forward. So Dallas looks like he's gone back up to a 4-1-4-1 now, after initially looking like he'd started at right back. So maybe a tactical swap there from Leeds, giving the ball away again there, straight to John Stones. John Stones, surely they must be able to exploit him in that right back role. Why don't you just switch Rafinha, switch his sides? Yes, I know it's maybe not his most comfortable side, but switch his side and expose the fact that John Stones is a centre-back playing at full-back. Yes, he's a very good player, but he maybe doesn't have the pace. Lovely turn there by Harrison, who finds Firpo. Firpo, though, gives it away to Rodri, and Man City might be on their way again. Rodri rolls it into De Bruyne. De Bruyne looks to bend one, and that has taken a flexion off Luke Ayling. That one hasn't. It will be another Manchester City corner. Man City have come out all guns blazing at the moment. They've really come out all guns blazing. Foden, though, imagine if he keeps getting better. Hopefully so. Hopefully so. Hopefully we'll have a prime Foden, Grealish and Mount all at the same time, and be a lovely, lovely problem for Gareth Southgate to have. Here comes the corner, whipped in, cleared though by, I don't even know who that was. I think it was Llorente who cleared that one. It's fallen back out to Mahrez, the corner taker. Mahrez whips it in again, and that is 2-0. And it's Super Jackie Grealish who gets his noggin on one. Super Jackie Grealish pops up in the box there. Too easy again. Who was marking him? Two men there from Manchester City. I think there was Laporte as well in there. Two men, easy as you like. Leeds United switch off, and no surprises there. Manchester City and £100 million man pop up and get themselves a goal. And it's gone from bad to worse here for Leeds United defensively. And, oh my gosh. What poor defending. Schoolboy stuff. They switch off. Rafinha doesn't track his men. There's four men. Should have been marked by four, but no one's marking him. Laporte's in there as well. Laporte could have potentially got his head on it as well. It has come in and landed off Jack Grealish's phenomenal haircut. And it is Manchester City 2, Leeds United 0. And if it carries on like this, my God, will it be a long night for Leeds United. I almost think job done already. I hate to say it, but it's job done already for Manchester City. Oh, my God. Manchester City. That really hurt, that did. Ow. Genuinely looks like job done. And we're 13 minutes in. What a poor performance. Why couldn't Leeds have played like this against Chelsea? Why couldn't Leeds have played like this against Chelsea? Because I tell you what, if they'd have done that, then Chelsea would have absolutely romped them, even with the form that Chelsea are in. Because it's been a very, very poor start to this game. As they give away a foul here as well on Jack Grealish, a bit of a clumsy one. But Llorente, again there, he stepped out. I'm really confused as to this defensive strategy from I got really confused then. I thought the teams had scored from Leeds United. Really, really weird. Evening, Sean. How are we doing, mate? How are we doing? Jorginho got in his head. No surprises, no surprises. He's always in everyone's head, Jorginho. Oh, that falls to Grealish again, and Grealish has gone down holding his... not Grealish, it was Laporte. The way he hit it, it looked like Grealish. Yes, teacher's cousin, lol. Exactly. And I'm intrigued to see what Marcelo Bielsa does here to change this team. I think we're going to have a VAR check on this, you know. It was a header from Foden, of all people. It falls to Laporte. Laporte, as he goes to strike it with his right foot, is clipped by Firpo. I think we've decided that there's nothing in that, but it was in the box. It was in the box, and they need to go careful because I'm sure Southampton fans will be sat here going, well, if you carry on like this, you know what you're going to be on the end of. Hate to be that guy to bring it back up again. Hate to be that guy, but hate to be that guy. Poor pass again there by Meslier and Llorente that time. Again, who's the ball? Oh, there we are. I am back. That was weird. I couldn't see myself on the screen. I'm hoping you guys could see me there throughout that time. Let's have a look. It looks like we could. Bielsa and Ragnick is odds on. They are all a good manager mentors, but never had a big job. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? Oh my God, the BT Sport quality just dropped out there. My whole internet's dropping out at the moment, ladies and gents. So apologies about this. Hopefully we'll be sorted sooner rather than later. Let's see how many likes we are on. We are on 9 likes. So if we could get ourselves up to 10, that would be fantastic. And we've also gained another subscriber as well. So thank you to whoever that subscriber was. We are now 9 away from my 500 goal. So if you haven't already, and you want to be nice, feel free to drop a subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated. Right, let's see. What can Leeds United do? What can Leeds United do? Is the United game still on? Unfortunately not, Tristan. Thank you for stopping by, though, dude. It's not on. It has been postponed because Manchester United have had an outbreak of the coronavirus, unfortunately, at their training camp, which does mean that they will all have to go into isolation for 10 days, and until they've tested negative, which is the new rules. Brentford winning 2-0. Honestly, wouldn't surprise me against Manchester United. Jack Grealish with a lovely darting run there inside, but blocked by Leeds United. A little bit better, but Man City look like they've got a massive sort of gap in quality here and loads of space and time to decide what they're going to do, if they're going to run in behind, if they're going to come short, whatever it may be. They seem to have so much time and so little effort being used here, as John Stones there just drops his shoulder as well to go past someone else. So honestly, I'm a little bit bamboozled at how Leeds United have set up so far. It looks like they're playing, I don't even know. It looks like they're playing a dynamic back four, and no one wants that. No one wants that. Zinchenko there looking forward for his older brother, Kevin De Bruyne, rolls it into Bernardo, who finds Foden. Foden finds Grealish here. Mahrez even. Jesus, I couldn't get my words out there. And he rolls it into De Bruyne, and De Bruyne's put it behind, though. Just wide. And De Bruyne's absolutely fuming. He's asking to let him talk. And absolutely fuming there, De Bruyne. Let's watch this again. It was Mahrez who beat his man, did really well. I think he's right, I think he's right. I think he should feel a little bit hard done by there. And I do believe that Aston Villa have just scored in the other game. And it's Jacob Ramsey. Jacob Ramsey has scored. I was trying to work out which youngster of Aston Villa. That's why I paused there. I was trying to work out which youngster of Aston Villa I had on my bench, but it wasn't Jacob Ramsey. I have Archer on my bench for FPL. But yes, it is 1-0 to Aston Villa against Norwich. So Norwich's problems continue as well. I know that'll please Active Aaron. No surprises whatsoever there. To think I thought Leeds United were going to do something for Chelsea tonight, and we're 20 minutes in, and it already looks very, very unlikely there as Firpo gives away a foul there and picks up the first yellow card of the evening as well. So bad to worse for Firpo. 20 minutes in against Riyad Mahrez, now on a yellow card already, and that's going to be a long, long afternoon for him as well. So that's going to be difficult. I tell you what, that's going to be difficult if I'm honest with you. How did your video go, Josh? How did it go? City here with a free kick following the foul on Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez and De Bruyne are both over this. I'd fancy De Bruyne to take a dead ball, if I'm honest with you. It is De Bruyne. De Bruyne's going to whip this one in. John Stones making the run there. Cleared off the head of Rafinha, though. And cleared all the way to the halfway line where Zinchenko can recover play again. De Bruyne has had to go all the way back to Edison here. Not like that's too much of a problem. What's your score prediction for the United game? I mean, if it was playing, I don't even know. I think it'd be a goal fest. I said that earlier on. But unfortunately, they aren't playing today, Tristan. That free kick was no John Joe Shelvey. Exactly, no John Joe Shelvey. And it's Max's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Max, for tomorrow. Hope you have a great day, dude. Hope you have a great day. Yes, George. Have a great day, George. Still don't believe it. Why has my Alexa just come on? That was really scary. Diaz looks long for Grealish. Grealish with a little flick finds Mahrez. Mahrez, he's got Bernardo wider. Rolls it to Bernardo. Bernardo drops his shoulder. Lovely fast feet there from Bernardo, but there's no one in the box. Grealish is switched off just slightly. Evening, Jonathan. How are we doing, mate? How are we doing? I'm doing well. Thank you, dude. I am a Chelsea fan, Tristan. I am a Chelsea fan. And yeah, but I'll keep you up to date with the City game. Unfortunately, I'm assuming you're a United fan. Unfortunately, not your. Sorry, Max has just made me laugh with his next comment. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't watch Manchester United for this evening. Happy birthday, Curious George. Yes. Alexa's name is George. Precisely. I'm pleased that Villa's winning, says Jonathan. I know. I'm sure Aaron's feeling exactly the same way. Aaron's feeling exactly the same way, especially with a big, already 2-goal deficit for Leeds United in this game. Goals from Jack Grealish and I can't even remember now who was the first goal by. Phil Foden. Oh, poor mistakes from Leeds United all over the shop at the moment. Here's De Bruyne, finds Mahrez. Mahrez goes back to De Bruyne again. De Bruyne is going to whip one and block this time, though, by the Leeds United defence. Leeds really need to book their ideas up. Really need to put their ideas up. Throw-in taken to Foden. Foden being marked closely by Llorente. Llorente deemed to have given a foul there, and he's playing on, though, the referee. And unfortunately, Man City have to go all the way back, though. Aaron, I think Norwich are better than you're letting on, mate. I think Norwich are better than you're letting on. They're very good on the ball. Very good on the ball. They look like they're set up well. I think it'll just take a little bit of time. I wouldn't be too confident. Again there, Llorente's just picked up the ball, and I don't know if he's on a man-marking job at the moment, whether his job is to man-mark the false nine of Manchester City. I don't quite know what he's doing because it's the way he moves out. For example, when City were attacking there, he dropped in between where the false nine would have moved into. And it's really strange to see. And De Bruyne here is really far forward as well. So it's like they're playing far at the back, but they're also not playing far at the back. Dallas looking to clip one forward there, but intercepted and read well by the absolute wall of centre halves of Manchester City. Stones finds Diaz, and Diaz is off on his bike here, and Rodri's just managed to sit in. That maybe that's what Llorente is marking Riyad Mahrez. He's literally following him around. Mahrez came into his own half there and was closer to Rodri than he was to Phil Foden, and Llorente followed him. And the problem is, Llorente's leaving huge gaps by doing that because Forshaw isn't always picking up that space behind him, and neither's Dallas. And it's causing real problems for Leeds United at the moment. I don't quite know what the game plan is for Bielsa here. I really don't know what it is because he's leaving them exposed and really causing problems. They're on the ball here, though, Leeds. Can they do something with it? Lovely play there from Rafinha. Flick down the line to Dan James. Dan James is going to try put a cross in, though. Very easy to defend, though. Didn't really. Should have maybe shown him a few of his skills out of his trickery. And here goes Jack Grealish. Speaking of skills and thrills, rolls it into Foden. Foden, can he see John Stones, of all people, arriving late? But he's managed to win a throw-in. That time, Llorente was in the correct position, though. That time, Llorente was in the correct position. But I don't know why he keeps coming up with the players. And there, it was Dallas at right back and not Shackleton. I have no clue. Literally no clue. I'm going to have to check it at half-time and see how this team really is setting up, because it's blowing my mind. It really is blowing my mind at this current moment in time, how this Leeds United team is set up. It's very dynamic, and it doesn't need to be. It's dynamic in places where it doesn't need to be. Two people have gone out to take this corner here. It seems a little bit overkill. Phil Foden whips it in with an outswinger, but Tyler Roberts clears at the front post. Shackleton now trying to win it back off Bernardo, who rolls it into De Bruyne. De Bruyne looks to loop across in, and he's just overhit that one, Kevin De Bruyne, and gone out of play for a goal kick to Leeds United. Leeds really under the cosh at the moment. Josh Chats Football says, to be honest, no offence, Aaron, but in my opinion, the best way for Newcastle to rebuild is to go down. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's the best way for them to rebuild, because, of course, they will then have more financial fair play limits that will be put on top of them, because you wouldn't be allowed to spend the amount that you would in the Premier League. Of course, they will have a limit anyway to what they can spend. However, over the last few years, I've not really spent that much, so I doubt that'll play in too much. But I do think there will be, because otherwise you just get teams like when Fulham spent 100 mil, just spending that 100 mil on one player. And of course, they were in the Premier League when they came back up. But you understand what I'm trying to say. You get those teams just going, yeah, we've got all this money. Let's buy this player. Let's buy this player. We can promise them they'll come up if they come. And that is the problem with that one. Here is Bernardo Silva. Bernardo sits down Dallas there. Not a good night for Stuart Dallas so far, Josh. You're not going to be pleased when you see that first Manchester City goal again. De Bruyne in a little bit of space. De Bruyne! Oh, good effort there. Good effort there. Let's have a look through the comments. No, I watched them against Newcastle. They had an extra player and they were terrible. Wasn't even dangerous going forward. That's the problem. They're good on the ball, but they aren't very good going forward. I've seen them a couple of times, and I think they look a little bit better than you're giving them credit for there, Aaron, if I'm honest with you. I wouldn't say they look terrible. I'd say Newcastle and Norwich maybe look on a par at the moment. Newcastle have the goal threat, though, which is the important thing. With Norwich, I do wonder where are the goals going to come from. Long ball there, looking for Rafinha. He's appealing for a handball from Zinchenko there. Did you just say Dallas? You see me in hindsight. Right. I mean, Dallas, yes, but he's been awful so far. 8 more subs get in. Sam, I heard that Chelsea defender Antonio Rudiger might be leaving. Oh, that's a lovely ball to find. Oh, Rodri. If that had fallen to someone else, I think that might have been in the back of the net. It was still good fast feet from the big man, but not quite nimble enough to get his way through. And I think he's just caught Meslier on the head there. We'll have to watch that one again. It was good at fast feet there, a little bit of a La Croqueta, if you will. And he's just accidentally trying to jump over Meslier. He caught him with his foot. Yeah, unfortunately, I think the debate is that with Rudiger, the debate is the fact that is that a handball there from Zinchenko? I'm sure that'll be getting looked at, actually. I think they're looking at that handball. They are from Zinchenko. Let's watch that again. Is that outside the box or inside the box? Rafinha was adamant. I think it's outside the box anyway. I don't think it's going to matter. I think it's outside the box. I think it touches his arm. as he's on his way in. Nervy time for Zinchenko, though. Still waiting for the ref to confirm what's going on with VAR. He's just speaking to Luke Ayling at the moment. Crikey, Brentford are 9-0 up. And that, yeah, it's not been given as a handball there. I think it'd have been harsh, but it was actually outside the box anyway, so there's nothing VAR can do. Yeah, unfortunately, Antonio Rudiger, I think the problem is Chelsea aren't quite reaching his demands at the moment, and Tuchel is having to wait maybe to sign a few contracts and stuff like that, try move a bit of money around. And Rudiger, and in terms of Real Madrid, they're sniffing around him. And I think it will be a big, big loss if Chelsea do lose Antonio Rudiger. I personally don't want him to go. I think he is a vital player. For me, he's in the team of the season so far. He's been a class defender so far for Chelsea. He's been the most reliable one, most consistent one. And you saw it at the weekend as well. He offers something just slightly going forward as well, which is phenomenal. Driving out from the back as well. I'm not sure there's too many defenders that are better. And I think when you've got the young lads like Chalobah, Sarr, and you've got more players coming through, I think, he's a bit of a hothead, but having someone there who's got a bit more experience and has played for the likes of Roma and, of course, Chelsea and won the Champions League with Chelsea is always important, especially around a youthful side. De Bruyne rolls it into Zinchenko here. Zinchenko tries to go past his man. Easy stuff, though, for Rafinha there. If we go down, it'll be more than an inconvenient delay. It'll be no more than an inconvenient delay, but if we stay up, we can get better players quicker. I do wonder, like, how many people are going to see through the money with Newcastle. That is, like, rather than being like, oh, yeah, I'll go there. Because I think the first player, it's always the problem. Like, you look at the first player who goes. That's a lovely ball from Rodri to find De Bruyne. De Bruyne, 3. Easy. Easy as you like. Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, scintillating best. That is what we've maybe missed from Kevin De Bruyne so far this season. It was so easy. One through ball into Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne had acres of space. Leeds United defending poorly yet again. And Kevin De Bruyne gets himself on the score sheet. We're yet to have a fully firing Kevin De Bruyne, aren't we? But that looked good from Kevin De Bruyne. And there's just so much space for City. And there's no man marking him there. Absolutely able just to wander in between the fullbacks and the centre halves, and too easy for a player of Kevin De Bruyne's quality. In my opinion, last season was the second best player on the planet. Whether you say that's behind Lewandowski or Lionel Messi, that is up to whether you're corrupt in your FIFA. But I think he's a simply phenomenal footballer, Kevin De Bruyne. And to be honest with you, on his day, I think he is one of the best, if not the best in the world on his day, Kevin De Bruyne. But that is 3-0. And Leeds are going to have a long, hard second half and enter this first half if they carry on like this. Tyler Roberts there. Didn't see Stuart Dallas making a run there. Rafinha, can he salvage some points for some people's fantasy football teams? That is the question. And by some people's, I mean mine, clearly. Rudiger will look good in Howe's 3-4-3. That's the thing. I think the question is, it's when you go for these big players and they go to, like, even with City, it's who is going to be that first player to take that step. Because I know you said there by better players, you mean solid Premier League players. I'd imagine like a James Tarkowski, someone that sort of level, someone who is in the Premier League, has been there for a few years, maybe a James Ward-Prowse. But it's who goes out of the superstars, who goes first, who's willing to pack everything up and just have a go, and just be like, I'm doing it, I'm going, I'm risking it all for a good pay. And that is definitely it. Prince Teddy says, I can make a watch-along graphic for you. What would be the best way to contact you? Probably on Twitter, which is, well, all of my social medias are exactly the same, Prince Teddy. They're all the same. They are literally just Sam Redgate-Large. It's just what you found me on here. But yeah, just let me know, Prince Daddy. Let me know. That would be fantastic. And yeah, it is 3-0. I need to update the brand on here. I've just gone to do it, but Aaron distracted me again with Newcastle. Typical Aaron. Typical Aaron distracted me with Newcastle United. It always happens. Always happens. God, why am I even friends with Aaron? He just makes me talk about Newcastle, and I don't want to. I don't want to. "35 minutes on the clock, ladies and gents, and there's so much room for these City defenders. Here goes Laporte this time, driving into some space. He's been fouled by Dan James there. He's picked up by Mahrez. Now they've got like 8 people in front of the ball here, and I still don't feel confident for Leeds United. I really don't. I still don't feel confident. 7 subscribers away, says Josh Wilco. 7 subscribers away, which is good stuff. Edging ever closer to that magical 500. If you haven't already, guys, be sure to drop a like. Can we get ourselves up towards 15? And Jonathan says, I'm a Newcastle fan too. I know you are, Jonathan, but Aaron makes me talk about Newcastle all the time. He makes me do it. It's like an implant he's chipped into my brain. That's what he's done. Here's Ruben Diaz with a bit of room. Looks to clip one forward there towards Phil Foden. And Phil Foden there just can't get onto that. He's not Kyle Walker. He's not going to get on that one. He's not going to get on the end of that one. Aaron loves a biased opinion on Newcastle. He does. Aaron does love his Newcastle United, doesn't he? If everyone had that amount of passion for a football team, I think the world would be a better place. Shackleton's gone down injured here. I don't know if that's a bit of cramp. I mean, I'd imagine at 36 minutes in, it won't be a bit of cramp. I imagine this will be something a little bit more serious. Just watching the fans now because, of course, when someone goes down injured, what is the best thing to do? Oh, yeah, to look at the fans and see the fan reaction. No one ever said that. I don't know if anyone's ever noticed either what the location is on this stream. I don't know if anyone's noted that one. I'm very opinionated on all things Newcastle. Yeah, you're telling me, Aaron. You're telling me. Whereas I'm just someone who'll please everyone. It looks like Click's coming on for Shackleton, who is down, Max. Looks like Click is going to come on. So maybe that'll give them a little bit of incentive and solidity because Click's maybe a little bit more experienced than Shackleton. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to continue here. It looks like he's in tears, actually, the young man. Not a good way to see him go as well, because that could potentially be a little while that he's out for. Hopefully, I wish him a speedy recovery, and I'm sure I speak for you guys in the chat here as well. And Click is going to come on. So that will be the first, and unfortunately, a force changed by Leeds United. Right, where is Click going to play? Because I think Dallas is going to play a fullback here, and then Click is going to play further forward. So I'm going to move Dallas and Click around. I mean, to be honest with you, it could genuinely be cramp, but considering like the amount of running that Shackleton must have done to try keep up with those Manchester City attackers at the moment is phenomenal. So it genuinely could be cramped, but I think he has overstretched, and it doesn't look good for him, though. I'm assuming Stuart Dallas will drop in at fullback. We know he's a bit of a journeyman in terms of position, that is. A utility man, that's the phrase, isn't it? Rather than a journeyman of positions. Here goes Rodri. Rodri, can he find De Bruyne here? He's a little bit clumsy on the ball there, Rodri, but finds Riyad Mahrez, who's trying to wiggle a little bit of room for himself. Rolls it back to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva's been quite quiet, after missing that big opportunity at the beginning of the game. I mean, admittedly, it's not really caused too many real issues, has it? Let's be frank. And Laporte's played a lovely ball there. Oh, it was Bernardo going through, but that's Good defending there by Click, who makes an instant impact, stopping that attack from going forward. Let's just update this banner for us. I've just seen Jonathan asking me a question. So let me just update this banner for you, Jonathan. I am not ignoring you. I'll just update that real quick. There we are. I think that's how it's going to be. I think it'll be a 4 at the back, and I think he'll drop in Stuart Dallas. Click looks for a ball forward there, but really poor decision there. I know Dan James is quick, but he's not that quick. Really, really poor decision. Really, really poor decision. 6 more subs to go. Get in. Sam, did you have a good holiday? Yes, I did, actually. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you for asking. I did have a good holiday. If anyone's not watched the vlogs, I've had a lot of positive feedback on them. They've all got about 100 views on them as well, each of the vlogs. And I do think they are quite entertaining. Quite entertaining. A lot of silly bits, and of course it's nice for me because I can sit back, because this is my Erin's first holiday. I can sit back and I can have a look, and fond memories as well. And of course I absolutely love Berlin. I'd love to live in Berlin in the future. A fantastic city, really good transport links, all that kind of thing. So yeah, really enjoyed myself. Thanks for asking. Sammy should do a Rangers stream, but I just can't be bothered to put with Scottish football. That's the thing. I don't know anything about Scottish football. Lovely flick there from De Bruyne to find Mahrez. Not like I really know much about English football. Into Bernardo Silva. He's trying to move away from Click here, but Click's actually doing quite well. Into De Bruyne. De Bruyne, good touch there. Is he going to get a shot off De Bruyne? Rolls it instead to Foden. Foden gets his shot off instead. Oh my gosh, that was so close from young man Phil. Very, very close. Very close. Very, very close from Phil Foden. Dallas has been awful, Josh. Dallas has been really awful. I think Dallas once played 7 positions in one game. Wouldn't surprise me. He's a very good, like a utility player, but tonight he's not been at his best. It almost looks like Forshaw has dropped in here actually at centre half, and Luke Ayling's gone out to right back. I'm not really sure what Leeds United are doing, to be honest with you. Not really sure. Random thought. Apart from Frank Lampard, I don't know anyone in person or in the media called Frank de Boer. There you are. Frank. No, I'm done. Frank de Boer. That's it. The former Ajax manager and, of course, footballer. We have got 3 minutes till half-time, ladies and gents. We haven't got a half-time game at the moment. I'll whip up a quick one, and we're just going to look at the other game as well. And I'm going to try and decipher the formation of this so I can be a bit more clued up for the second half as well. De Bruyne with a lovely turn to get away from Forshaw there. He's rolled it into Foden. Oh, good defending there by Luke Ayling. Not going to lie, Erin stole the vlog. She was class. Erin should have your channel. I mean, she was very good. It was like she was natural. But I mean, she could have the channel, but I mean, I'm the one who knows how to edit and actually record stuff. So I think I'll take the credit, But Erin was absolutely class, to be fair. I'll give you that. We went to Berlin. Jonathan, I watched Hertha versus Leipzig in Real Stadium. Yeah, it was the Berlin derby as well, actually, when I went. Phil Foden's going to whip this one in. And Rodri, so much space there. Leeds switched off yet again. Leeds are switching off, man. Leeds are switching off. I don't know what they're doing tonight. I mean, if Josh Wilkinson, if you're watching this, of course, you're a Leeds United fan, but let us know, what are your thoughts on Leeds United? I say you're a Leeds United fan. You're also a Rangers fan, and I don't quite know how that one works. Personally, I think you can be a fan of one club and one club only, but that is also coming from a person who followed Liverpool for a few years when he was younger, because that's what his brother supported. But I saw the light. That's what I did. Frank de Boer, the Netherlands manager. Yeah, the Palace manager for like 5 minutes. Oh my God, someone just commented on my TikTok saying they would take Rice over Gerrard. What? What on earth? Here goes Harrison with a bit of room here, though. Rolls it into Firpo. Firpo tries to pull it back, falls to Harrison again. Can he get a cross off? No, he can't. He ends up succeeding in giving it straight to Laporte, who heads clear and finds Mahrez. What? Rice over Gerrard. Like, I love Declan Rice, and I think he's a phenomenal footballer, but not over Stevie G, man. Not over literally, in my opinion, top 2 best midfielders for England of all time. Like, he is phenomenal. I personally cannot really split him and Lampard, but I would prefer to have Gerrard in the team any day because he had that big game factor. It is just extremely wrong. I would totally agree. In 5 years or so, we all expect invites to yours and Erin's wedding. Who do you think is winning the Champions League? I don't know. I want to back me boys in blue. I want to back Chelsea, don't I? But I mean, we've got Lille. I mean, that's a good draw, isn't it? A good seeding. But I really don't know. I want to be boring and say Bayern, but I could also see Liverpool going far. It won't be City. It won't be PSG. I'm going to go with Liverpool. I'd prefer it to go to Liverpool than go to Bayern. That's all I'm saying. Lovely turn from De Bruyne. Oh, just over there. He cut onto his left foot. His left foot is brilliant, I tell you what. When's the next watch along, Sam? Next watch along will be tomorrow night, because I'm actually going to go to the gym before it, and we'll do the 8 o'clock one tomorrow night because, of course, Arsenal has a lot to talk about. In terms of Arsenal. We've got 3 minutes of added time at the end of the first half. Don't go anywhere, though, folks. We will have a little bit of a discussion at half-time. I'm going to try and decipher the formation which Leeds United have been playing. I'm going to look on Sofa Scores and sort that one out. 5 years' time, we'll all be watching Toon lift the Champions League. No, we won't. I don't think we'll see that for 15 years. 15 years. Not unless they get lucky. Lovely play there with Dallas and Rafinha. Dallas is going to whip one in, trying to find Tyler Roberts there at the edge of the box, but just cleared by the Man City defenders. City defenders here. Like, you look at Rodri and Diaz and Laporte and Stones. They're massive. Like, imagine trying to get past them. This, like, you try and get past them on the floor, they're too quick. You try and get past them in the air, they just bully you off the ball. They bully you with strength, absolutely everything. What about the Thursday game, Chelsea versus Everton? I was planning on doing it. I'm not actually doing that one. I'm out on Thursday night, unfortunately, so I won't get to see my beautiful boys in blue play this weekend. Lol, that would be beyond the wildest dreams. I'd take challenging for top 6. Yeah, maybe in 5 years' time. I'd say a consistent few seasons in the top 10. I think you'd take that in 5 years' time. De Bruyne here finds Foden. Foden, is he going to cut in on his left? He will, of course he will. Looking for Zinchenko, but cleared by Leeds United that time. Only as far as Jack Grealish, though. And honestly, that triangle, it's like a Bermuda Triangle. Bermuda Triangle of Rodri, Laporte, and Diaz. And, like, you go in there, you're never coming back out. I'm telling you that now. You're not coming back alive if you go in between that three. That is a phenomenal defensive pairing and CDM pairing. Honestly, they look so strong. They look really, really good. Manchester City, that defensive three look absolutely fantastic. That's funny, actually, Josh, because I'm doing the Leeds game and I'm not a Leeds fan, and you're doing the Chelsea game and you're not a Chelsea fan, and that is half-time. Let me find out. What formation are Leeds United playing? What does SofaScore reckon they are playing? Because I don't have the foggiest. I really don't. It's been a really, really weird sort of first half. It's still 1-0 as well in the Aston Villa game, the only game there. The only goal there coming from the young man, which was, where's it disappeared to now? Jacob Ramsey, it has come from. And let me just have a look at this formation. Where is the team gone? I'm so zoomed in. I've only just clocked that there. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. So the way that SofaScore's gone for it, and oh my God, there's some awful, I know I'm not sharing my screen at the moment, and there's some awful player ratings here. 5.9 for Ilan Meslier, 5.8 for Firpo, 5.8 for Llorente, 5.7 for Stuart Dallas. The way they've got it set up, though, is a 4-2-3-1. But it just doesn't look like that because Llorente steps up massively to track Foden. Forshaw drops in. Stuart Dallas, of course, will have swapped with Click as Click has stepped up. Let me check my phone because this is really, really baffling me. The second half's just began in the other game as well. Let me just check. Has this one got more clarity on what this actual formation is from Leeds? Because it's been a shambolic first half for Leeds United. It really has been an awful first half. This one's gone 4-2-3-1 as well. And on this one, Stuart Dallas with a 4.5 match rating. That'll tell you all you need to know. Dallas has not been great in that first half. That'll tell you all you need to know about Stewie D. However, we will move on. And let me update the stuff. Let me update the stuff because Aston Villa have just kicked off. So I might actually swap over and get the Aston Villa game up for us as well. And then we can have a little bit of a discussion around Leeds United. And then I can keep one eye on one game, one eye on the other, multitask. I might not be a girl, but that doesn't mean I can't multitask, 21st century, ladies and gents, 21st century. Everyone can multitask. Anyway, let me update this and then I will be back with you and I can read all of the comments that are coming through. Let's have a look. Which one are we on? Dallas the GOAT. Yes, at 4.5 rating. At 4.5 rating. Is he not a Chelsea fan? I am a Chelsea fan. I'm really confused as to what just happened there between Tristan and Josh. That was really confused. Right, let me just update this and then we'll get the Aston Villa game up. So we just have a little bit to talk about just in case if there are a few, quiet moments. That's always the brilliance, isn't it, really, when you have two games running alongside and you can just pop one on and pop the other one on if there is a little bit of a quiet game. That's the Chelsea versus Leeds United overlay. I don't want that one. I don't want that one. I don't want reminding of the travesty that was that Chelsea game. Yeah, that is the good thing, actually, about having two teams. Two games playing at the moment, but let's have a look. BT Sport. Let's get this one logged in as well. And of course, all of the games are on BT Sport over the course of this midweek section. So if you are a BT Sport user, very, very handy for you. Very handy for you. Of course, I think the last time was Amazon Prime, and this time we've got BT Sport. So nice to see him being swapped between, if I'm honest with you, because it's boring when it's just all on Sky because, people who pay for other things, they just can't view it, which is a little bit of a shame. A little bit of a shame. Right, there we are. Got it all sorted. Dallas man of the match, says Max. And I won't be surprised if Pep tried a diamond sometimes. Rodri more defensive. De Bruyne and some CM as someone as a CM and Foden, Silva more attacking. Yeah, that is a really good shout, actually. But I don't think it has the width, the diamond. I don't think it has the width that Pep Guardiola enjoys. I think he enjoys having that three up front. Obviously, when he was at Barcelona, he had Messi sort of as the false nine. I think he likes having that, someone who's creative in that false nine role, but also having the width at the same time. So I think it definitely is an option. Be sad for me because BT is the one I don't have. Well, Max, you just get to watch me more often. You just get to watch me more often. How can that be bad? How can that be bad? You tell me. You tell me. Right, there we are. Now I can watch both games at the same time and I just have that one on. I just realised I need to stop the timer. Hello, Sam. Just came back from a school trip. We left at 3:30 and came back at 8:30. I'm exhausted. Oh, that sounds awful, to be honest with you. Rather you than me there, Sha. Rather you than me, if I'm honest with you. Rather you than me. But each to their own, innit? Oh, Norwich with an attempt on goal there from a corner, but not a great header. Bit of a looper, that one. Never really going to trouble the goalkeeper, if I'm brutally honest with you. Never really going to trouble the goalkeeper. And how am I? I'm very good. Jordan actually forgot that we sent him that I sent him that photo, though I sent you that photo. And Norwich, trying to make the most of this here, Norwich. They're trying to get themselves a goal there. Aston Villa look a little bit sluggish in this game. Let me know what your thoughts are on the first half between Manchester City and Leeds United. City, of course, came out all guns blazing, didn't they? I think that's the best way to phrase it. Absolutely all guns blazing. They look phenomenal for the first 35 minutes of the game. Oh my gosh, Norwich might be in here again. Oh, Norwich, man. What is wrong with them at the minute? What is wrong with them at the minute? There you go, Aston Villa at the other end with Mateusz Kaczynski. I don't know what's his Polish name now? Anyone know? Norwich had a golden opportunity there. Norwich City. Why didn't you leave at the start of school day? Our school is mess. No surprises there. I hate it when people do that. Hate it. I used to hate doing like school trips after school because then you're like, oh, right, well, then we've got to still be in at the same time, haven't we? John McGunn whips in a corner and falls at the back post, but cleared only as far as Emi Buendia there, but cleared this time by Grant Hanley, who manages to get ahead on it. And someone has gone down there for Norwich. We went to the French market. Where's the French market? Yeah. That doesn't sound fun. I mean, maybe it does if you're French. I don't know. Maybe it sounds like home if you're French. My MacBook is really annoying me at the minute. Oh, I've got it sorted. Oh, yeah. That's just what I wanted to do. You're not followed by a pro football team, Josh. You're followed by the English version of the pro football team. There is a slight difference. I will, before you gas yourself up too much. John McGunn fighting. Gives it to Emi Buendia. There's going to be a big switch here. Over to, I believe that's Matty Target, who's going to hit one. Not a bad effort. It's not fun. I went to McDonald's like 4 times. Not fun there. Nothing there expect from mugs and pots and pans. What? Oh, there's nothing there at the... There's nothing there at the... Did you mean at the French market? Not there was nothing at McDonald's but the pots and pans. I'm assuming that's what you meant at the French market. I'm assuming that's what you meant. Oh, God. There is 53 minutes on the clock in the Norwich versus Aston Villa game. Again, Norwich look good on the ball, but it's the final product which is going to be a problem for Norwich City. If they can take a point tonight, I know obviously Josh Ring won't be very happy, but I think in terms of their season, it could be vital, especially with Leeds United dropping points. But they just can't seem to get themselves on the ball here. Here's Douglas Luiz, or as Josh likes to call him, Dougie Luiz. Lovely ball over the top there, looking for Matty Cash. Matty Cash is going to have to cut back here. He's got Ollie Watkins in support, decides to use him, goes back to Luiz, who finds, I don't even know who that is. Ashley Young, I think it is, number 18. I couldn't even work out who it was. I thought it looked like Young, but I thought I was having a trip back to like 2008. Oh, and Ollie Watkins at the back post there with a header. Maybe should have done better. Should have gone back across goal. And I think that's Todd. Is that Todd Cantwell playing? It looks like it is. Todd Cantwell actually playing for Norwich City. And he's glided past Dougie Luiz there. And Norwich have given the ball away again. And that's a hefty tackle on my mate Tyrone Mings. And that'll definitely be a booking. And it is. for a booking for Norwich City. Anyone had a Smarties McFlurry? Sam, just go with my English for now. That is what you meant. I have a Scottish mate, and I can do a Scottish accent. Turns into a what? I don't even know what that means. I haven't had a Smarties McFlurry in France when I went to France for my cousin's wedding. I actually had a dime McFlurry, and there was also, the Lotus biscuits that are really nice, the Biscoff biscuits. They had one of them as well, and I feel like we are absolutely just ruined by the fact that we don't have more McFlurry flavors. And I think we should take it to the CEOs of McDonald's and say, look, we need more McFlurry flavors. Like, we love Smarties, don't get me wrong. Smarties are lovely. So is Oreo. So is Crunchy. But we need more. We want more. We demand more. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Is it true if you have a Smarties, you become smart? I mean, I am going to say no, because you've just heard me rant there, and I have had a Smarties McFlurry before. So hopefully we'll be back underway in the main attraction for today in a little while. Of course, that is Manchester City versus Aston Villa, as my mother likes to call them. But Norwich here might be able to get Max Aarons free on that right-hand side. Max Aarons, is that his name? Yeah, it is Max Aarons. I keep getting it. I know the YouTuber Danny Aarons, and it really confuses me now because he always says it's me whenever he sees Max Aarons, and it really throws me off now because I cannot remember which one's Max and which one's Danny. Nearly again there. Todd Cantwell getting in, but Emi Buendia against his former club doing well. Fraser, thank you for keeping me up to date with the Manchester United game. It's good to see that Brentford are 16-0 up. Norwich City themselves have a corner here. Here comes the corner, whipped in. Grant Hanley was under that, but really easy for Emi Martinez. Emi Buendia's not caught it. And out go Aston Villa yet again. It does look comfortable for Aston Villa. And like we said earlier, like Aaron was discussing earlier, the problem is, it's always the problem for Norwich is that there is a lack of goal threat, and there's maybe a lack of creativity behind that goal threat. With Todd Cantwell on, you maybe feel a little bit more positive, but they haven't really seemed to have replaced Emi Buendia since he has gone to Aston Villa. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a long season for Norwich City. I think they're more than capable, especially set up under Dean Smith. I definitely think they're capable of doing it. But at the end of the day, it's whether they can get the front men firing and actually get someone bagging some goals for them, because that's what makes the difference. You see teams go down. For example, QPR, the season they went down with 16 goals, was Charlie Austin, and he scored 16 goals. And Norwich are going to try to do that without a key goal scorer. It's going to be really, really difficult for them. And the Man City game are actually just showing the goal from Ramsey. And Ramsey's travelled a long, long way with that. Oh, that's a lovely goal from Jacob Ramsey. That's a very, very lovely goal from Jacob Ramsey, who has put Aston Villa 1-0 up. A lovely goal. He picks it up in his just inside the Norwich City half, actually, and driven with the ball, drive at the defenders. Positive play from Jacob Ramsey, and a good finish as well at the end of it as well. And that was to make it 1-0 a few, about 20-30 minutes ago in terms of game time. But Danny Ings is going to be coming on for Ashley Young as well, and Ilkay Gundogan is coming on in the Manchester City game as well. That looks like it's going to be the first change for Manchester City. Let's see who's coming off for Ilkay Gundogan. Let's see who it is. I'm sure that'll be a bit of pep roulette there, really. And there's also another sub, actually. Gelhardt is coming on as well. So both teams making some changes here to be positive. Obviously, it's Dan James coming off for Gelhardt as well. So both teams trying to be positive, trying to, make some good changes. Gundogan Who is he coming on for? Why does it have to freeze just as the thing comes up? Oh, Bernardo Silva. So, Oliver, if he's still in the chat, you're not getting your goal points tonight from Bernardo Silva, unfortunately. Gundogan has come on to replace him, and I've just missed the start of the game, trying to update that. So we'll go up to 10 seconds, and we will press start. There we are. Right, let's get the thingies updated. We are underway for the second half here. And like I said, just the two changes, one apiece for each side. Gundogan coming on for Bernardo Silva, and Dan James as well being subbed off for the young man Gelhardt, who scored against Chelsea last time out. So I'm sure he'll be full of confidence, but it's big ask for him to score against Chelsea and Manchester City in the space of a week. But who knows? We've seen crazier things, haven't we? We have seen crazier things. Leeds United kicking from left to right, and they've just given the ball away straight to Ilkay Gundogan, who was jogging on the spot to take that, and he's rolled it into, I nearly said Laporte then. It was Rodri. There we are. I can get his name out. Sometimes the names just like they go from my head, and it's really frustrating, but not too big of an issue. Not too big of an issue. Right, let's open that one. And let's update this. I'm going to turn that game off now. So if there is any action in the other game, please do let me know, and I will update the banner for us, guys, to keep us nice and up to date. And still need to update the banners on here as well, as I've just realised I haven't updated to say it is the second half here. For some reason, BT is getting a little bit laggy at the moment. Not sure quite what you're playing at the moment, but here's Stuart Dallas. Maybe a better second half for Stuart Dallas. He's looked to switch the play there, and he's done really well, actually, to find Harrison. Harrison tries to jink his way in, and he's not succeeded in finding the target there, Harrison. I'm going to refresh this because this is really annoying me. I don't know why it just keeps, like, jittering. Really frustrating. I don't know quite what BT Sport are doing at the moment here, but there we are. Right, all sorted. It's taken me a few seconds back, so apologies. I will be a few seconds delayed, more so than I usually am, because it's taken me a few seconds back. It just took me to that opportunity for Harrison to get up the pitch. However, we'll be all up to date. Let me know, guys. Do you reckon that it's going to be a positive performance from Leeds United in this second half? Let me know what you think, because, I mean, it can't be much worse, can it, really? 3-0 down at half-time, 2-0 down in 12 minutes, a poor goal to concede coming from a mistake. And, it can't be really much worse. I mean, that could be famous last words there in terms of a Leeds United perspective and a commentator's curse. But who knows? Here goes Super Jackie Grealish, who finds Gundogan. Gundogan's got a bit of space here. He's going to roll it into Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez, don't let him on that left foot. Shoots. Oh, and it's just trickled into the back of the net. What a lovely, lovely finish that was from Riyad Mahrez. The coolest, calmest man in the stadium there. I said don't let him on his left foot, and that is why. That is why. You don't let Riyad Mahrez have that time on his left foot at the edge of the box. The easiest finish ever. Gundogan gets himself some assist points. He just shifts it onto his left foot. Doesn't really hit it with much conviction. Takes a little bit of a deflection. I think it takes quite a big deflection, actually, of Junior Firpo to find its way into that bottom right-hand corner. It's gone off the inside of his right foot there. And, well, that's the thing. They just didn't close down Mahrez. It was lackadaisical by Leeds United. And I sat there and went, is this going to be the commentator's curse? Yes. At the moment, yes, it has been the commentator's curse. And here goes City again with Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez, here he goes. Oh, he should have taken the shot the first time there. Rolls it into De Bruyne, though. De Bruyne. Oh, good block again there by Llorente. This could be an absolute goal fest in the second half, ladies and gents. Buckle up strap your seatbelt on, whatever you need to do, because it's going to be a feisty one. And City are going all guns blazing here as Gelhardt tries to dribble his way out. To be fair, he's done quite well to get himself out to the halfway line there, skip past a few players. But, you know, City do look dominant and they look on top and they look fantastic at the moment, City. The question is, can anyone catch them now that they've got the lead in the Premier League? That is the question. Of course, they've still got Chelsea and Liverpool to play in reverse fixtures this season. They still might have Liverpool to play anyway. I can't remember when they played Liverpool this season. Oh, it was 2-2, wasn't it? No. So they've still got the reverse games to play. So those look like they're going to be absolutely monumental games for Chelsea and Liverpool when they come to play Man City, because otherwise they're going to be just keeping themselves ahead, because it looks impossible to beat. De Bruyne into Mahrez. Mahrez is going to shimmy his way round, rolls it into John Stones. John Stones, who seems to be enjoying having a bit more attacking freedom here. Here's Jack Grealish. Grealish into De Bruyne. Oh, Grealish is fouled there as well, and that will be a free kick on the edge of the box. Complete foul there. Knew exactly what he was doing there, Junior Firpo, and he might have to be careful here. It's a cynical foul. He doesn't need to do it whatsoever. I mean, it is a little bit of a dive from Jack Grealish. He's put his arm across him and Jack Grealish is flopped on the floor like a fish. However, Firpo needs to be careful because he's already on a booking, and I'm sure the referee will be totting these up now. A cynical foul, and his referee, just as Firpo's in the wall, is just talking to him. And I'm sure that'll be a talking to say, that is your last foul, Firpo. Last foul, otherwise you're off. And that could definitely make matters worse for Leeds United. Leeds, of course, have really, since last season, they've fallen off the standard that they were at, unfortunately. Mahrez and Gundogan are over the ball. It's about 20 yards out here, so not far. Maybe not enough room to get it up and down. The slight angle on it will give it a little bit of a help. City setting up a two-man wall in front of the Leeds United wall as well. So something from the training ground here. Here goes Gundogan, steps up for it, but Mahrez takes it straight into the hands, though, of parried over, actually. Straight into the hands. Probably wasn't the accurate thing to say. Parried over by Meslier there. I forgot his name again. Joshua must be loving every time you say Dallas. You're saying Leeds are crap. Has Joshua saw that? I'm sure he has. Man City don't look done. They do not look finished in this game whatsoever. They really don't. Here's Zinchenko. Zinchenko trying to dodge and weave his way through into Grealish. Grealish goes back to Gundogan there into Zinchenko. Zinchenko just leaves the ball behind, but he's managed to wriggle his way free. I don't know if that was a good bit of skill or a bad touch in the first place. Zinchenko into Rodri. Rodri finds Foden. City ever so patient here to find Zinchenko. Zinchenko switches it, looking for Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez has Stones wider. He's going to come inside on that left foot. Of course he is. Clips one over for Gundogan. Gundogan! Oh my gosh, that could have been such a phenomenal team goal there from Manchester City. Gundogan with a lovely run from behind. He just times his run perfectly. Mahrez sees it, clips it over the top, and just on that right foot, he's just tried to just almost, I hate to say it, just touch it into the back of the net, as in like bring it down into the back of the net, rather than trying to smash the volley. He's just tried to tap it just gently, and a phenomenal effort there from Gundogan, and a lovely team play, actually. Really well played by Manchester City. They do look good, and in attacking areas, they look phenomenal. Who is going to stop this Manchester City side? Who is going to stop this Manchester City side this season? Because I can't see anyone. I really can't see anyone. Other than a Liverpool masterclass, I cannot see anyone beating this Manchester City side once again. And it's the sad reality at the moment we are living in, that Manchester City are just going to dominate season on season. And again, despite the better level of football, standard of football coming from Liverpool and Chelsea, they still look head and shoulders clear of the other two teams as a general whole. I still prefer, though, Liverpool's front three to Manchester City's front three. Leeds trying to get themselves back on the ball here with Harrison, but he's going to run himself into a little bit of trouble. Rolls it to Ayling, back into Harrison, back into Firpo, trying to play the way out, but they've given it away to Stones, but Stones has given it right away again. Here is Harrison. Harrison's trying to get himself away, rolls it into Forshaw, into Tyler Roberts here. That's better from Leeds United. They've got themselves out. Phil Foden trying to track back as Tyler Roberts bursts forward, and Roberts has cut inside there. A little bit of a poor decision there. Rodri nearly nicks the ball, but he retains the possession anyway there. Here goes Firpo. Firpo into Harrison. Harrison's going to try and get a cross in. Oh, it's Tyler Roberts in the box. It's going to fall to Dallas. Oh my gosh, what a save that is from Ederson. What a save that is from Ederson. That was a brilliant, brilliant strike from Stuart Dallas on his left foot. I think it's a save from Ederson. It's either that or it hits the post. What a lovely strike that was from Stuart Dallas. It's hit the post. It's not even a save from Ederson. Oh, super unlucky there by Stuart Dallas. That deserved to go in with a strike like that. A phenomenal, phenomenal strike by Stuart Dallas. And there's going to be another substitution here. Fernandinho is going to get some minutes in his legs as well. I'm sure that'll be for Rodri. I would assume it is Rodri who's going to come off. His job is done today. Another good performance from Rodri. And Fernandinho will sweep up for the final 30, 40 minutes or so. I don't think there's going to be too many questions asked of Fernandinho, though, to be honest with you. But better from Leeds there. Better from Leeds as a whole. Got the ball out, got the ball down, and moved it a little bit quicker. And, of course, an excellent strike from Stuart Dallas just to hit the post there. But, of course, posts don't win your games, do they? No one's going to be getting any extra points for it in the post, unfortunately, after a fantastic strike. That was such a good strike. I genuinely cannot believe how good that strike was. He's hit it really, really well. He's really unfortunate there, Stewie D. Here's Jack Grealish. He's picked up the ball just inside in the Leeds United half. Here goes Jack Grealish. He's coming across the pitch here. Gelhardt comes in close and he's fouled in there, Gelhardt. Will that be a foul? Referee's just going to play advantage here because Fernandinho has the ball. Fernandinho, lovely ball there to find Riyad Mahrez. Ball whipped in there, looking for Phil Foden. Phil Foden not quite on the same wavelength there. Luke Ayling able to get his head in just before a Manchester City attacker can get there. Max saying 9-0 full time. Is that your prediction for this game, Max? I genuinely don't know. We are one like away from the 15 like goal, so that is absolutely fantastic. So if you are new and you haven't already, and you're enjoying the video, be sure to smash a like for me. That would be absolutely fantastic. Here goes Rafinha, but cleared by Zinchenko there. Max, I'm getting you an Arsenal pillow for Christmas. Oh, I'm sure he'd love that. Max would. He's a glory hunter anyway. I remember when he first joined, we thought he was that's a bit of a dodgy kick there from Ederson, but a half-decent touch there from Gundogan, and he's won himself a free kick. Yeah, when Max first came into the SRL streams, when it was Manchester City versus Chelsea, we thought his name was Max and that he was a Leicester City fan. Now we think he's George and a Spurs fan. God. How times change. How times change. Here's Laporte. City just really slowing the tempo down. Really slowing the tempo down. I know they're not done, but they don't have to. They don't have to play at Leeds United pace. They can just slow the ball down, do what they want. Lovely exchange there between De Bruyne and Mahrez, but Foden's touch from the pass from De Bruyne wasn't great. And here go Leeds with Click, who finds Rafinha. Could do a Rafinha goal. That would be quite nice. But Rafinha's given the ball away there to Laporte. Here's Fernandinho, drops it into De Bruyne. De Bruyne appealing for a foul there, but no sirree, says the referee. And here's Click, who rolls it into Firpo. Firpo goes to Harrison. Harrison's going to try go up against Stones there, tries to get some room on that right foot. Is he going to get a shot off deflection? Ooh. Just going to just squeezed its way around there off that deflection. Really squeezed its way. That could have gone anywhere. That could have gone anywhere. The spin was taking it back towards the goal. There was good defending, to be honest with you, from Ruben Diaz, but Ederson wasn't sure. He was not sure. You see that picture Sam is using in the corner of Grealish. Why? Or corner whipped in there. Roberts didn't quite get a touch on it. Man City might be able to attack here as Ederson's looking to unleash a few players, and he's rolled it instead to Jack Grealish. Here goes Grealish. He's going to try eat up some ground there. Rolls it into De Bruyne, into Mini De Bruyne, otherwise known as Zinchenko. Gundogan finds Phil Foden. Has to come back though to the defenders and Leeds there. I don't know why Foden is being pressured by Firpo there and they're on the halfway line and the Leeds United defence is on the edge of the box. I don't know why Firpo is the man putting that press on, unless they've told someone to specifically mark Phil Foden. Maybe that's a target man that they've picked out, but he seems like a weird target man to have picked out from Manchester City, looking at all that talent. Really well done there by Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez keeps wandering. Oh, he's just played it behind De Bruyne. Still got his little nutmeg in, and Jack Grealish has won that back really well. Here's Kevin De Bruyne into Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez into Foden. Easy as you like. That was so easy. But the flag has gone up. That was so easy, but the flag has gone up. Phil Foden will be gutted there. Let's watch this again. I'm sure VAR will check that. Grealish won the ball high, rolled into De Bruyne, and then Mahrez puts it across. And, ooh, is Foden offside there? VAR is going to check this. Absolutely so. I don't know. Is that enough to tell? I mean, he puts it in with his right foot. His right hand's offside. But is that what you're going to call him offside for? Because the thing is, he can't score with his hands. He scored with his right foot. Yeah, looking at that, his foot, half a foot offside there. Half a foot, a literal foot, not as in like the measurement Phil Foden. So it won't be 5. It is still 4. Phil Foden very unlucky though, but really good defensive play by Jack Grealish in the first place to win that back. Here's Gundogan who finds De Bruyne. De Bruyne is going to line one up. De Bruyne! Oh! Kevin De Bruyne! What a strike that is! Who cares if Phil Foden didn't score? What a strike that was from Kevin De Bruyne! Oh my gosh, what a strike! What a strike. Kevin De Bruyne. That is why he is one of the best players on the planet. Kevin De Bruyne. He was about 25 yards out and he's absolutely spanked that into the top left-hand corner. Kevin De Bruyne. All you can do is sit and admire. All you can do is sit and admire when someone hits one as sweet as that. Questions around Meslier's goalkeeping. He'll be annoyed at himself for that. But Kevin De Bruyne, take a bow. What a strike that is. You cannot let that man have that kind of room. You can't. You absolutely can't. Kevin De Bruyne, take a bow. Even Pep celebrating that one. A lovely strike from the Belgian. A lovely, lovely strike. And, can't say it isn't deserved. City have kept themselves on the front foot all the time. Tyler Roberts is going to have an effort here straight into the hands of Ederson, though. That's definitely one to watch tonight on Match of the Day or wherever you find your football highlights, because I tell you what a strike that was. What a strike. The Leeds United fans, though, still in full voice, trying to, keep their players upbeat in their spirit, and City fans doing the Poznan as if they didn't know what the club was 10 years ago. They probably didn't. All 3 City fans that are in there are actually doing the Poznan. What a strike that was. What a strike, Kevin De Bruyne. You can tell he used to play for Chelsea because only Chelsea players have that kind of quality. Only Chelsea players have that kind of quality. My God, what a strike that was. What a strike. Wow. Josh is having a nightmare. I know he has gone quiet, hasn't he? He has gone quiet. Crazy to think that City lost here last season. I know, mental. They just look phenomenal. They do look phenomenal. Foden into Mahrez. Mahrez and De Bruyne are not quite on the same wavelength there. Well, they won't mind too much. Not at 5-0 up. Definitely not at 5-0 up. Man United or Spurs? Is that like generally who do I prefer? I mean, neither. But I don't know. I don't know if that's just generally, Ali. You're going to have to be specific there. You're going to have to be specific. Who would I prefer to win a Champions League? Man United, because they've already won one. I'd probably back Man United, actually, considering I'm a Chelsea fan. No, I don't. No, I don't. Off comes Ruben Diaz. His day's done. That phenomenal back three is, or that defensive little trio, is now being gradually split up. On comes Nathan Ake, of all people. Is there any fans at the Etihad? There is a couple. And generally, I'd have to go Man United just because I'm a Chelsea fan. So I cannot stomach the whole idea of even saying Spurs in that sense. I didn't used to hate Spurs as much as I do now, but it was literally the Battle of the Bridge a few seasons ago was what caused it. So that's all you need to know about me. That's all you need to know about me. What number is Nathan Ake for City? Is he number 6? Just spin round for us, Nathan. Lovely stuff, Nathan. It's like you could hear me. I think Nathan Ake can hear me. Former Chelsea player, of course, Nathan Ake. Here goes Nathan Ake. He's going to take a little bit of a David Luiz run here. Rolls it into Super Jackie Grealish. Jack Grealish out on this left-hand side. He's going to try and cut in. Stuart Dallas, though, does better there to stand up against Jack Grealish. Still not the greatest of the games for Jack Grealish. Been a little bit quiet. But he's got himself on the score sheet. So I don't think he can really complain. Here goes Gelhardt, who's trying to win himself a free kick here. And the refs decided to give him it, out of the willingness of his own heart there, decided to give him it. Why he sub a centre-back? Weird. Probably just to get him just a bit more fitness and, just... what's the phrase? Just to keep some fresh legs, make sure that Ruben Diaz doesn't get injured. It is weird, but, injuries, especially over this period, it's about keeping players fresh because they'll have another game at the weekend. And then, of course, they've got one Boxing Day and they might have one next week in the Carabao if City is still in. No, they're not. They've been knocked out this year, haven't they? So, yeah, it will be about keeping players fit more than anything, Max. And... Paco went to Tesco for snacks. Nice one, Aaron. What snacks did you get? I mean, some people would say that you are a snack, Aaron. So, not me, but some people might. Ake looks a little bit like David Luiz. What, the hair, Max? Yes. I mean, they've just got masses and masses of hair. Masses of hair. Who do you support, Ali? Let us know. Who do you support? Why can't I click on the... There we are. I was going to say, why can't I click on the... My mouse has just started lagging for some strange reason. Here is Nathan Ake. The ball seems to be going through him quite a lot at the moment. Nathan Ake is just going to, take his time on the ball here, slow down the play. There's no need to rush really for Manchester City now. De Bruyne has come out onto this left-hand side of the 4-3-3. And we've just had to pause the play here because the referee is having a technical issue, is what the commentator said. It was basically just something on his arm was falling off. Not like his arm. He has a piece of equipment on his arm. Not like something was falling off his arm. Not like flesh. God, I bet no one even thought that. Why am I so stupid? Do you think West Ham would finish in the top 4 at the end of the season? I mean, after the result against Chelsea, I thought, they looked fantastic. They adapted well. I thought, yes, they could finish in that top 4. However, after the game against Burnley at the weekend, I think they might have missed a big opportunity there to get themselves some points, and I'm worried a little bit for them because of that. Liverpool for life, says Ali. a Liverpool fan. My brother's a Liverpool fan. Will you stream tomorrow? I will be streaming tomorrow. I'm not streaming on Thursday, but I will be streaming tomorrow. We'll be doing the 8 o'clock kickoff because there's a lot to talk about with Arsenal at the moment, a lot going on. And Leeds might be able to have an opportunity here. Here is Click, but just bundled out the way there by I'm Eric Laporte. And I am the definition of a snack. All the ladies say so. I thought they did, Aaron. I thought that's what I heard. Word on the street. De Bruyne finds Foden. Foden finds Mahrez. Could this be 6? Riyad Mahrez. Oh, good save at his front post there. Wouldn't have been beaten. Shouldn't have been beaten. But good save at the end of the day. Are you a new subscriber, Ali? Great to have you. Lovely to have you. I really do appreciate you stopping by. And, of course, don't mind having extra Liverpool fans on. I'm sure we'll be having some banter when it comes to Liverpool-Chelsea later on in the season. Of course, the goal is 500 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you haven't already and you could make me take one step closer to 500, that would be absolutely fantastic. Corner coming in here from Mahrez, cleared at the front post though by Roberts, and cleared really well actually up to the halfway line with his head. Well, I'm active, Aaron, so I can't go all out. Some ham, spicy chicken, and some naan bread to make a low-calorie pizza. Ooh, that sounds nice. That sounds nice, Aaron. When's the return of the YouTube channel? That's what I'm waiting for, the return of the YouTube channel. Here's Click. He's got a bit of room here, Click. Can he make the right decision? Goes down to Harrison here. Harrison rolls it into Dallas. Dallas pulls it back, looking for Click. Really well read there by Fernandinho. Harrison does really well, though. Grealish gets back. Super Jackie Grealish manages to find his feet and get himself back and do his defensive work. But City, under a little bit of cosh here. It's 5-0 up, so not really. But Harrison tries to get away. Oh, my God. Hiccuping. Ow. That really hurt. Harrison, of course, is a former Manchester City player, I do believe. He was in the Manchester City group or whatever it was. I think he was at New York City. Villa 2-0, is it? Villa 2-0. Let's see who the score is. And when it does pop up, apparently it's 2-0 to Aston Villa, according to our reliable source in Ali. It is 2-0. Let's see who it is. Let's see who it is. Oh, it's not even come up yet. Must have been instantaneous. I'm sure we'll find out in a minute. I'll update the banner. Thank you for telling me, Ali. Thank you for telling me. Who scored, Fraser? Who scored? Josh will be pleased with that. You don't want to drop points against Norwich, not especially when you've got top 10 ambitions. Don't want to be dropping points against Norwich there. And tonight could have been a potential banana skin for Manchester City, really, couldn't it? And they've done really well. City have looked so good. Leeds have looked poor. But City they've outclassed them all over the park. Absolutely all over the park. They've outclassed them tonight. Manchester City, phenomenal team. And I think it's going to take some stopping to stop this Manchester City side this season. I wish I could watch more of them, to be honest with you. But, you know, why would I sit and watch a Man City game when I can watch Chelsea? Exactly. Ollie Watkins. Oh, I was going to sub him in as well. Typical. In fact, just before I update the score to say it is 2-0, there is going to be a sub here. And Junior Firpo is coming off. Probably the right decision to take him off, considering he was on his final walk-in. And Drama Alert Nation, Drama has come on for, definitely not how you pronounce his name, but he has come on for Junior Firpo. So whether that will change the formation, I don't know, because I don't know much about that young man coming on. So City do have themselves a free kick, and it looks like it's Kevin De Bruyne who's gone out to take this. It's about 30 yards out. It's out on the left-hand side. It's Riyad Mahrez who's going to whip one in instead of De Bruyne. Looking for the head of Nathan Ake. Ake just misses the ball there, and it's gone all the way through to Gundogan, who finds Zinchenko. Here is Fernandinho. Fernandinho tries to flick one around the corner for De Bruyne. Blocked, though, by Llorente. City still trying to build here. Fernandinho whips one in onto the head of... Oh, my gosh, this could be 6. Stones is... Finally! Oh, my gosh. Finally, John Stones. Just as I'm about to update the scoreboards and stuff like that, I can't actually get it done. John Stones has made it 6. And that was the most awful commentary I think I've ever done. But the cross came in, Laporte headed it down, keeper saved it. Fell to Stones, keeper saved it. Fell to Stones again, and he finally, on the second attempt and City's third attempt to trying, found it hit into the back of the net. It was an emphatic finish at the end of the day. He's definitely onside there. The first save, he does really well, Meslier, and he just needs some help from his defenders there, really, Meslier. He needs some help, and they're just switched off, the slowest to react. John Stones is jogging on the spot, on his left foot. A good finish, actually, from a tight angle as well. And John Stones has done really, really well to find the back of the net from such a tight angle. And it is Manchester City 6 now. Manchester 60. Exactly. Manchester City 6. Leeds United 0. And what a phenomenal performance that has been from Manchester City. Stones has looked confident, actually, at right back. Maybe an option for England? No, definitely not. Not with the quality that England have at right back. We definitely don't need John Stones playing out there as well. We'll keep him at centre half for the time being. Keep him at centre half, but definitely a good option to have in case of injuries and lack of substitutions. But Leeds, how far have they fallen from last week? How far have they fallen? Looks like that good performance against Chelsea, despite the loss, has been a little bit of a one-off here for Leeds United. Of course, it is Manchester City, but it is an absolute demolition. Bielsa sacked after the game or tomorrow. I don't think he'll be sacked. I don't think so. Not yet. I think there's too much respect for Bielsa in the city generally. There's literally a street named after Bielsa in Leeds. So if that was to happen, there'd be a lot of drama, Ali. So I'm not quite sure, but I don't think that'll be for another couple of games at least. I think Leeds would have to fall off a little bit more in terms of, last season was a really good season. They were always going to be found out a little bit more this season. But the Leeds fans, you can see them there singing. They're probably making 90% of the noise in the Etihad. They're still backing their boys and they're still repping it. And, fair play to the Leeds fans. They're 6-0 down. They've made the trip over to Manchester, but still singing away. At least they've seen some good Manchester City football, eh? Here goes Fernandinho again. It could be more here for Manchester City. Fernandinho into Grealish. Grealish back into Fernandinho into Gundogan. Gundogan's going to drive through. Oh, tries to flick it to Foden there, but it's gone behind for a Manchester City corner. Let's have a look at the comments. Rafinha needs to leave Leeds if they are in a mess. I mean, I can see him being picked up, especially if they finish bottom half of this table this season. I can see him being picked up. Well, this is a demolition. It is. It absolutely is. And I wonder if Leeds have money to spend in January. I do as well. I do. But they've got players to come back, haven't they? They've got Phillips. They've got Bamford. They've got these players to come back. Foden out on this corner here. Phil Foden's going to whip this one in. Looking for the header. Nathan Ake! 7. Oh my gosh, and we've still got 13 minutes left. 7-0. Nathan Ake now getting in on the fun. My gosh, Leeds United are in trouble. Marcelo Bielsa, Leeds United, you are in trouble. Lovely to see that Josh Wilco's gone quiet. But 7-0. How many goals in the second half as well? Is it 3 for the second half? De Bruyne has got, I don't know, I can't even remember now. 7-0. It's a lovely header from, don't take any credit away from Thingy. Don't take any credit away from Nathan Ake there for that header. It is a lovely header. But Leeds United's defending, you need to have a long, hard look at yourself here, Leeds. You need to have a long, hard look at yourself because that is poor defending from Leeds United. And to be honest with you, 7-0 doesn't even flatter Manchester City here. Manchester City could have 8, they could have 9, could even have double figures if they really wanted to. If Bernardo Silva had took that one in earlier on, who knows what scoreline we could have looked at, because Bernardo Silva had an opening opportunity with inside the opening 5 minutes. And Leeds United, man, how far have they fallen from last weekend? Leeds looked so good against Chelsea, and now And now we're sitting looking at a potentially an 8-0 battering. Of course, it is 7 at the moment, but I can still see City going for another. I can still see City going for another. It is about to be full time in the other game as well. I'm going to be confident and I'm going to say that it is full time. So I'm going to update that and say it was 2-0 to Aston Villa. Let's have a look. Newcastle new signings just scored. What, Nathan Ake? I don't know if he'd go there, actually. I mean, maybe he's the caliber of player Newcastle would look at. But I think his wage, I was about to say, I think his wage budget would be too much. But Newcastle don't care about wage budgets anymore. They can offer Nathan Ake what they want. 9 incoming, says Fraser. The last time Man City got 7 was versus Norwich in 2013. Wow. That was a long time ago. Long time ago. Feels like they've scored more than that. 7 more than that. It's just because they always score like 5, 6. They do score a lot of goals, this Manchester City side. Oh, and yeah, he did play under Eddie Howe as well. He did play under Eddie Howe as well. This is a rare time you see teams score more in the second half than when they score loads in the first. Yeah, that is very true. Very true. Jack Grealish here is feeling confident. I mean, you're 7-0 up. You might as well be confident as he's running around at centre half with the ball. He's dropped really deep here, Super Jackie Grealish. Yeah, I totally forgot they played under Eddie Howe, actually. So probably a shout. It just depends if you're willing to pay 40 million for a player who's probably not at the moment valued at 40 million. He maybe was when he left Bournemouth, but not anymore. Didn't City batter Cardiff like 9-0 though? I can't remember. I can't remember Cardiff being in the Premier League that recently. That will have at least been 5 years ago when Cardiff were last in the Premier League. Villa up to 9th as well, says J-Back. Afternoon, J-Back. I don't know. You just randomly appeared, but afternoon, J-Back. How are we doing, mate? How are we doing? Leeds' worst ever nightmare in the Premier League. I mean, I'm sure it'd be a lot worse if it was Manchester United. But yeah, absolutely agree. Here's Phil Foden. This might go from bad to worse here. Foden blocked though by Luke Ayling. It's going to fall to Gundogan. Here's Phil Foden again. Foden just drifting and moving his way in. Here goes Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez trying to get away from Dallas, and he's giving it away to Click. And can Leeds get themselves a consolation goal? Click plays the ball out. Here's Stuart Dallas on the left-hand side. Dallas has Roberts in the middle, but easily read there by Nathan Ake. Easily read. Every player we buy will have to be a premium price. Yeah, that is the problem. When you've got the money, it'll be a premium. It'll be people like, if you get someone like a Zaha, you'll have to pay 80 mil for Zaha. You'll have to pay it. You will have to pay it. Fraser says, I believe a 7-goal comeback for Man City. 7-0 to Leeds. Leeds are in the mud. I know, they really are. And I'm not going to tell you I told you so, but I definitely did tell you so, because I literally said it in one of my hashtag shorts that is on my channel of my unpopular opinions. And it's also on my TikTok with about 3,000 views. And not many people believe me then, but they most certainly do now that Leeds United weren't going to maintain their form, and they've just not. I think they've been figured out this season. Of course, injuries haven't helped Leeds United at all. But in order to succeed in the Premier League, you need to be able to change, and when things are going wrong, be able to change formation and adapt and improvise and overcome, to quote Bear Grylls. But Leeds United don't seem capable of that, and that was a massive criticism. I don't know if you remember. Obviously, I'm going to put this in a Chelsea perspective now, of Maurizio Sarri when he came in at Chelsea. His go-to thing, and unfortunately, Ross Barkley isn't a phenomenal footballer. He's just not that level, that caliber of player. And that was the one thing that he could, that he did. And Marcelo Bielsa needs to make sure that he doesn't turn one-dimensional like Maurizio Sarri was during his time at Chelsea. They need to make sure they're not one-dimensional, because at the end of the day, against teams that are bigger, like Manchester City's, Liverpool's and Chelsea's, they're going to snuff you out. They're going to be able to work out how good you are within the first 30 seconds of a game. And they're going to be able to find out where the weakness is inside the first 30 seconds of the game. And that's just what they do. And tonight that has happened. And Leeds United haven't been able to adapt or overcome or any of that whatsoever. Apologies, my internet is gone a little bit funny yet again. I don't know quite what is on with it today. Let me swap internets. This might cut out for a second, but hopefully that should be better for us in a second. Do you think Leeds could do better versus Arsenal? I don't know. I really don't know with this Leeds United side. What? Leeds United side. It's a difficult one. It depends on which Leeds side turns up, doesn't it? And like I was saying, they need to be more two-dimensional than one-dimensional. I'll tell you what, they need to be more forward thinking, definitely. The Leeds fans who have stayed all game, every player should respect them. Exactly. You know, they're taking time out of their day to come see them get absolutely battered 7-0, and they've given the ball away here to Mahrez, and Mahrez might be able to go again, and he's skipped by Llorente as if he's not there. Here goes Riyad Mahrez into De Bruyne. De Bruyne pulls it back looking for John Stones. John Stones wants more of the action, but defended nicely that time by Leeds. But they're the catalyst of their own downfall, Leeds United. They really are. Catalysts of their own downfall. There. See you later, Jay. Have a good night, mate. They are... They're the catalyst of their own downfall, and they're causing their own problems. And like I say, Marcelo Bielsa needs to, especially when Bamford comes back, and Bamford is edging himself ever closer to coming back, and Calvin Phillips, of course, as well, will be what they'll be wanting them to return sooner rather than later. I don't know how long Calvin Phillips is out for. Let me just have a look, actually. I can have a look at my phone and see how long Calvin Phillips is out for. Calvin Phillips, February. That's going to be a long time. They've got Liam Cooper out, Patrick Bamford, Koch, and Rodrigo all out. So it's massive players to be losing. Really massive players to be losing. Rodrigo, you know, even Koch is a big player. Bamford, Phillips, all of these players are massive players for Leeds to lose, and they definitely do need to go into the transfer window. Harrison with a half opportunity there, but never really going to trouble Ederson. At least he's still going, though, keeping the positive dribble in there from him. And it's going to be a long season. But like Aaron said earlier, how much money do Leeds United have? How much do they have to spend? Because they need to spend something. They do, because they look so short when they are when they've got injuries. Yes, of course, there are a lot of injuries at the moment, but you know, I don't think the drop-off should be this much. And maybe that just shows the importance of Calvin Phillips and Patrick Bamford and Rodrigo to the way that this team works, because they bring energy. Here goes Fernandinho. Fernandinho fancying a little run here. Pushed off the ball by Click, and he's won a foul. Werner or Havertz? For me, that would be Werner all day. I think I've said this a lot of times on my channel, but Werner is a very good creator of opportunities, even when he doesn't score goals. Havertz, on the other hand, when he's not on form, he looks really far out of the game, and he doesn't look like he's suited to playing, even playing in the Chelsea team, let alone being anywhere near and actually scoring goals for Chelsea. And that's part of the problem for Havertz. Like, you saw him at the beginning of last season, he looked really sloppy. He looked out of it, to be honest with you, Ali. He looked out of it. Mount or Jota? I obviously have a massive bias towards that one. I appreciate how good Diego Jota is, though. He is a clinical goal scorer, Diego Jota, but I would have to go with Mount. Slightly different players, so you could fit them both in your team. De Bruyne is going to have a free kick there, straight into the hands of Meslier. You can fit them both in your team if you really wished and desired. You could play him out maybe a little bit further back and Jota in a false nine. But I personally think, for me, Mason Mount is the better player all round. I think Jota is a better goal scorer, though. Click's going to have a strike, and that was a poor effort again. Winding down the time here, just over a minute and a bit left of this game. As you can see, we are going up to an hour 30 over here, rather than 90 minutes. But yeah, it's been, at least, I guess, these 7 goals have made up for the 0 goals we got between Burnley and West Ham last time out on the stream. Like I said, I will be looking to stream Arsenal's match tomorrow. We have a lot to talk about in terms of Arsenal. I've stayed away from all of the drama that has gone on, and we'll have a few answers. I'm sure there'll be a few more answers that come out in the press for tonight. Whose goal was better? I'm guessing that's Masuaku or Mount. I would say Mount because I'm not sure Masuaku meant it. If he meant it, Masuaku's done really well. But if he didn't, it would have, for me, it would have been Mount anyway. It was the technique on Mason Mount's strike as well was absolutely delightful. Laporte looking long here, looking to pick out Gundogan. Gundogan in acres of space. Gundogan's going to get his shot off. Good save, though, by Meslier. Easy down to his smart save down to his left. Mount is sick. I know. You'll see my Chelsea shirt in a few weeks or in a few days, maybe at the weekend. I don't know when Chelsea play at the weekend because I won't be doing any streams on Sunday as it is my father's birthday, but I will be looking to do one, maybe two on Saturday if anyone is interested in those as well. I don't know when Chelsea are playing this weekend. I know they're playing obviously on Thursday, so one would imagine they will be playing on Sunday. However, we do have Carabao Cup ties next week. Interesting. I'm going to have to work that one out, actually. Let's have a look. When did Chelsea play at the weekend? I thought it was going to be Sunday. It's Sunday at 2. So I won't be able to stream that. Will not be able to stream that. And unfortunately, it's not on the telly anyway. He's been better since Lampard. Yeah, he's been really good. He was really good under Frank Lampard. We also do, on Wednesday, we play Brentford. The confirmation there right at the top. We also play Brentford and Liverpool and Leicester play, so I will be trying to do that as well. Trained him at Derby and was much better and improving. Very true, Ali, very true. I think Frank Lampard has a lot of influence in Mason Mount's career. And even just the 2-3 years he spent with him, I think it's going to be the making of Mason Mount. Riyad Mahrez with a lovely run there, but just blazed it over. De Bruyne in plenty of space. Who's going to win, Spurs or Liverpool? Is that a game tomorrow? It's Spurs or Leicester, which is tomorrow. That is what you mean? But then I would go with Leicester on current form. Yeah, so just looking at the weekend, I'll probably try and do... I'm not even going to try and do... I'm tempted not to even go anywhere near West Ham United again, because after what they did last time, I have to go with 0-0. But they do have Norwich, and I do have a few Norwich subscribers. And then there's Southampton versus Brentford as well at 3. And then, of course, Sunday I can't do anything. Is there a game on Monday? No, there isn't. Is there a game on Friday night? No, there isn't. We've got about a minute and a half left. Minute and a half left of this game. Let's see how many... too many likes we're on. We're on 15 likes. Nice. We've absolutely smashed the sub goal. Thank you to you guys. Oh, here we go. There might be Harrison, man. That was your opportunity, and he's made a dodgy touch there and given the ball straight back to Nathan Ake. Yes, Ali. What? Yes. Here goes De Bruyne. De Bruyne drifts into a little bit of space. Going to find Phil Foden. Defended there by Click. Fernandinho, lovely turn there by Kevin De Bruyne, finds Riyad Mahrez. We've not even seen Raheem Sterling tonight. I totally forgot about that. Riyad Mahrez, he's trying to trick his way in. Mahrez rolls it back to De Bruyne. See you later, Ali. Have a good one, mate. Have a good one. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for stopping by, of course. And I think that'll be the end of the game anyway. Kevin De Bruyne blazing one over, but I mean, Pep doesn't look impressed with that, but I think after the whole game that Kevin De Bruyne has had, I think you can be more than pleased with the performance of Kevin De Bruyne and Manchester City from a City perspective. And that is it. That is full time here at the Etihad Stadium. Manchester City 7. Leeds United 0. So Leeds are going to have to reflect on this long and hard. Really, they're going to have to reflect long and hard. It's been a really poor game by Leeds United. They didn't look at it right from the start, right at the races. And, of course, Manchester City are a very, very good team, but they should do better than that, especially after that performance. I think they'll be more gutted. I went a bit Italian there, didn't I? I think they'll be more gutted knowing that the performance against Chelsea was that good, and losing. I thought they were going to be fired up. They were going to be like, look, let's show what we can do. And it just wasn't the case this evening. Right, I am going to leave you guys there, though, because I want to go and sit. I'm halfway through Black Panther, so I want to finish that one off before I do go to bed. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you to those who have the new subscribers. We are on 495. So if anyone isn't already, and you can help me get up to that 500 subscriber goal, which you can see in the top left of the screen, be sure to go and do that for me. Thank you to those who have watched throughout. I really do appreciate it. And all of those who have popped in on multiple occasions, I really, really do appreciate it. So Manchester City have beaten Leeds United 7-0 in what was an absolutely fantastic performance. Tomorrow, we have got Arsenal, and we've got so much to talk about tomorrow with Arsenal. So I will see you then. And until then, make sure to stay safe. Cheers.